Hi everyone, thank you for joining today's session. So I hope you are able to see the screen. If you're able to, can you just raise your hand?
Yeah, we are able.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Most of you are able to see the screen. Let's continue. As all of you know, the today's session, it is about understanding what is BIM, also what are the career options, and also how our BIM implementation training will help you uh, to build a better career. Okay. So myself, Syed Aman Khadri, founder of the BIM Skills Academy. We have both academy and BIM consulting. So let's understand what is BIM. So before that, welcome everyone. Thank you for joining again today's session. The objective of today's session is to help you understand what BIM actually is, because there is a lot of confusion among the candidates. Okay. And why BIM has become the future of construction, but currently it's becoming, I can say, the current trend of construction. But it's still, many things we need to, in many like ways, we need to get upgrade. Okay, so it is the future, and in present it is getting upgraded. And how international BIM projects are getting delivered, and what skills companies expect from you, and how you can build your BIM career. Okay, before we begin, let's get to know each other. I just, for example, I want you people to introduce yourself in chat box here in Teams so we can have some interaction. I just want your name, qualification, and your location. Can you just message in chat box here so we can understand each other? You will see chat box. If you're joining from mobile also, you'll be having this one. Okay, can you type just your name and location?
No,
Yes, guy.
chat option is not available in mobile.
Chat. It will be available. We'll just wait for 2 minutes. If few people are able to add, it will be good. So chat option will be there in mobile, and if you're joining from PC also. Okay, no issue. Can you just unmute and just mention your name and location? Just few members. Up to 5 is okay.
So myself, Aditya Gowda, I am from Bangalore, Karnataka.
Okay, good. Aditya, others.
Hello, Mike.
Yeah, yourself.
Myself, I'm Sakib Umair from
Okay,
Maharashtra.
Saqib Umair from Maharashtra. Okay, Others,
Myself,
other
myself Akash Kumar from Uttar Pradesh.
Akash from Uttar Pradesh. Okay, that's good.
I am I am Rashid Raja from Bihar.
Rashid Raja from Bihar. That is also good. One more, just last. Yeah, your voice is breaking.
Myself, Umair from Gulbarga, Karnataka.
Where from Gulbarga. Okay. Okay, thank you. Like five candidates, they introduce themselves. Okay, thank you for introduction. Like uh, some of you are from Bangalore, Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra, Bihar, and one person he mentioned like he's from Gulbarga. Okay, that's good. So basically, majorly we are from India, and most of us are from different locations. Okay, but we have a common goal to understand what is BIM and how we can build career out of it. Okay. And I hope some of you are from civil background, some of you are from architecture background, and maybe you're from mechanical, electrical, and interior designing background. Okay. So today's agenda is to understand why BIM, what is BIM, BIM versus CAD, BIM dimensions, and BIM project workflow, live demonstration of the works, and what are the career opportunities, and then at last about the training program. Okay. So basically, we need to understand here. See, already the construction was going on. Okay. Uh, we were using different kind of tools such as AutoCAD, 3ds Max, SketchUp, Excel. Okay. Excel for like quantity takeoff, 3ds Max and SketchUp for 3D modeling and rendering, and AutoCAD for 2D drawings. So already we were using these tools. But why, for example, BIM like introduced? Why now in present time there is a necessity of using BI? Okay. In construction projects, construction projects were facing delays. Okay, like whatever the project we want to, for example, finish in particular time, that is not happening. Okay. Cost overruns, whatever the budget we thought, maybe the budget was increasing. Reworks. Okay, because many things we get to understand on site, and then coordination issues between multiple disciplines such as architecture, structure, MEPs, and wrong quantities because manual quantity takeoff is leading to some errors and design conflicts. Because in the method we were using is nothing but CAD, computer aided design, under which we were using different softwares. In CAD or in AutoCAD, we are drawing the things. In 3ds Max, we have the model. In Excel, we have the estimation. If anything is changing in the AutoCAD drawing, we need to again update in 3ds Max. Also, again, we need to update in Excel. Again, if anything is getting changed in 3D modeling and rendering, those changes we need to update again in AutoCAD. Also, we need to update in Excel. Okay, this is like manual. And all of these three, softwares or working methodologies are not connected. Okay. And also there is maybe there was a lot of communication errors between multiple persons, like from architecture background, from the structure background, from the MEP background, contractors, subcontractors, PMC, client, vendors. So there was no unified platform which connects all of these people, because of which in the construction sites delays will happen, cost overruns, rework, coordination issues, wrong quantities, and design conflicts. The question is, if AutoCAD already existed, it's still, you see, I can open AutoCAD, I can click on starting a drawing, and I can continue the work. Okay. But what is happening, right? Already we have AutoCAD. It's not like AutoCAD is finished. We can just open the AutoCAD, click on start drawing, and we can work with it. Okay. But why did the industry, I can say is moving towards BIM? We cannot say it completely move. Okay. Still the industry is moving. And particularly in India, it is somewhat slow. Okay. So traditional construction workflow, if you see what is happening, architect architecture form is separate, for example, the structure form is separate, MEP form is separate, contractor is separate, again, the subcontractors, everyone is doing their own work. Okay. And already we know if you work with AutoCAD, for example, if I open like any structural drawing, for example, okay, in the structural drawing or in the architecture drawing or in MEP drawing, you see, if I change anything, for example, you see this plan is like plain beam layout, and this plan, it is like first beam layout, first floor. You see, there is one beam here. Also, there is one beam. Okay. In AutoCAD, we are working with block method. That is good because if I right click and if I edit the block in place, just click here OK. You see, we can, if I delete the lines and if I save the changes here, you can check out what is happening. You see, I think there is no, both the blocks are not same. Okay. So because of which what happened, we deleted one beam here. Okay. In the next, for example, first floor, the beam is not got deleted. So in the same way, what happens in AutoCAD itself, if the drawings are not connected, okay, the drawings are not connected. If you do changes in one drawing, like in architecture, you need to again manually update in structure. In structure itself, if we delete one column, maybe from here, we need to delete maybe from another. If you're not working with proper, block procedure, maybe. And if you do any changes here, again, you need to update in Excel. Okay. So that, those problems were there, like different drawings, communication gap. There's no communication properly because we are not using some good platforms, maybe late changes. Okay. Because if any changes happens, we need to change in one plan, and also manually we need to check everywhere and we need to do the changes. If you miss anything, if there's no proper communication, it will be a problem. Okay. And then rework delays. So in the traditional construction workflow, these are the problem. Now we need to understand what is BIM. Okay. And why industry is slowly is moving towards BIM. And I can say still BIM is not that much common. Okay. In India, because still in tier 3, tier 2 cities, BIM is not that much common, but it is our responsibility also to promote it. Okay. So ultimately, because we are from AEC background, architecture, engineering, construction, so it is our responsibility to promote it. Okay. Otherwise, if we are not promoting, then who else will? Right. So now let's see what is BIM. Many people, they get confused. BIM means building information modeling. That is correct. But the meaning of building, it is to build information model. You saw in CAD method, technically we are dependent upon the drawings. Okay, in the BIM method, we'll be dependent upon the model. So here, for example, if I zoom in, we have developed one pergola design you can check out. So this pergola design, you can check out, it contains all the necessary information which will be helpful for the construction of this pergola. So we have PCC detail. Okay, we have footing detail. We have the column detail. We have base plate. We have, you can check out welding detail. We have anchor bolt. We have, many details here, right? And I will show you in future, okay, coming slides, how exactly the model will be developed. And once you develop the model, this model will give you multiple outputs also. So building information modeling means, you see, it's a collaborative process of creating and managing digital information throughout the life cycle of a project. So throughout the life cycle of a project, we need to create like, one information model. So no matter, maybe we are just, for example, constructing only a swimming pool. Maybe I got one project or you got one project only related to just swimming pool. So at that time also we can implement BIM. We got one project only for pergola. So we can use BIM because we are able to produce the information here. Okay. Like we have some design options. If I click on beams, you see, this is one shape. And if I click on square shapes, you see, we have two different shapes here. And if I click on the column, I will get information here. So this information can be used throughout the life cycle of a project. That's why we need to implement BIM by keeping end in mind. What is the use of this model? We are using this model for execution purpose, then we should develop the model as per that. If we are using this model only for designing purpose, then we should model as per the design. Okay. So whatever the information we need to use, in the same way we need to develop the model. That is nothing but BIM. Okay. You see, it's a collaborative process. That means all the people together, we are developing one model, which is nothing but information model. And that information will be useful throughout the life cycle of a project. You see, from, for example, build to design, collaborate, manage, operate. So it can be useful throughout the life cycle from concept to till demolition of a project. So simple definition, if you see, BIM is much more than creating a 3D model. It is about managing the information, because if the information is wrong, then everything will be wrong. For example, in 3D, the model is looking good here. Okay. Because most of us, maybe we are from architecture background, civil background, interior designing background. We will be happy to see the model in 3D. Okay. But only like the model, how it is looking in 3D, that is not important for us. Okay. But also, for example, if there is a bolt, as per calculation, what kind of bolt you added here. For example, if I select here, you can check I'm getting some information. So what is the information? You can check here. So I need to, for example, go to edit type here. Also in the naming convention, you can check out it is HST bolt M16. Okay. I can check the information diameter. You can see 16 mm. So I can get the information here. Okay. And other information also, maybe what is the length, what is the make, who is the manufacturing company, what is the material of this bolt. You see carbon steel, zinc plated. And if I go below, what is the type, anchor bolt. Okay. And also maybe I can get information on manufacturer. You see Hilti. So this information we need to add in the model so that it can be helpful during the construction process. So basically the idea of BIM here is to build information model before the construction, so that if any problems are happening, we can solve those issues in the model itself before the problem is arising on site. And we can explain the fabricators, contractors, the work in an easy method. Okay. So that they will be also understanding what exactly the work is and how to do it. Okay. But I see most of us, like, we will not be, even if we are from tier 3, tier 2 cities, most of us, we are not developing detailed drawings. Okay. Because of which we will not be able to explain the construction methodology to the contractors or, the fabricators and all. Okay. So BIM is what? It is much more than 3D model. It is about managing the information. So as per calculation, we need to have M16 bolt here, but maybe we are not caring about it because we are more interested in seeing like 3D model. Okay. But that is also okay. That is one of the advantage of BIM, where you can visualize the project. After visualizing, you need to do the construction, but the construction should be also with the work should be, with the quality of work, we can say. Okay. So whatever the correct information we have as per the calculation, we need to access here. Okay. During the construction, easily we should be accessing that correct information. Okay. But we need to understand here again, BIM. See, many of us get confused. Still, the people who are not relevant to us, they get confused that BIM is nothing but 3D modeling. BIM is nothing but maybe Revit like softwares and all. Or some people say if we learn this much of software, like 10 softwares, 20 softwares, then the combination of software is nothing but BIM. Okay. So BIM is not a combination of software, or BIM is not just equal to 3D modeling, or BIM is directly also not equal to software. BIM can be implemented if the people, with the help of people plus process plus technology, because technology is nothing but like tool for us. But BIM is also about people and process. It is about the mindset. For example, how architects, engineers, contractors, clients can collaborate, okay, can coordinate. So there are three C's in BIM: collaboration, coordination, communication. If there's no collaboration, coordination, communication among architects, engineers, contractors, and client, we will not be able to achieve the advantages of BIM. There are many projects where already by using BIM, methodologies, they save crores of rupees also. Okay, the time. And there is one project in which they saved 140 crores, and also they saved 70 days of time. So our mindset also should be similar. How we can use BIM, not only just to do rendering and visualization. Okay, so BIM is about the collaboration between architects, engineers, contractors, the clients, also the process. We need to implement standards, workflow, and documentation. Also, along with that, we need to use technologies such as Revit, Navisworks, ACC, Recap, Power BI, Dynamo. Okay, we can use multiple softwares as much as you want, whichever the software is useful for us. Okay, but you need to understand all the softwares at a time are not important. Okay, but we need to see the importance of it. Okay, at particular stage of the project. So BIM is not directly equal to Revit. Revit is what? It's a software. It's like, for example, I need to go from one location to another location. Okay. So we need to understand the route. Okay. Let's say I am from Bidar. So some of you said like you're from Bangalore. So I need to go from Bidar to, for example, Bangalore. Okay. Now, particularly, I know how to, for example, drive the car. Okay. Just a minute. Let them highlight them. Okay. So I know how to drive the car. Okay. But the problem, I don't know the route between, Bidar and Bangalore. Again, some of you said you're from Bihar, Maharashtra, UP. Okay. So I know how to drive the car, but I don't know the route. So the car is nothing but what? It's Revit. Okay. Route is nothing but what? BIM. It's very simple. It's not like we are focusing only on BIM process. Also, it is not like we are only focusing on Revit. So that means we need to learn how to drive a car in a perfect way, right? Also, along with that, we need to know the route. So both are important for us. If you don't know the route, maybe, you know, instead of going to, Bangalore, you will go to Bihar. So it will be a problem, right? So we need to know the route also, right? And while driving the car, you need to also check out, are you going in a correct way, right? So blindly, we cannot say car will automatically take you to that particular location. Okay. So ultimately, we need to understand BIM is about people, process, and technology. So we need to use our mindset. Okay. Also, we need to use the softwares to implement BIM and get the benefit from it. Okay. If you're not able to get the benefit from BIM, then what happens? There are some companies who started using BIM. Okay. But the team was not having that mindset of getting benefit from BIM. And later, they closed BIM, and again they started using the previous method only, that is nothing but CAD. Okay, so that's why if there is a team in particular company, if you want to achieve the goals, every team member should be having the similar mindset of BIM. Otherwise, we cannot achieve the goals. So Revit is a powerful tool. Okay, it's nothing but like powerful car, but BIM is bigger than any software. It is about process, people, and technology, and the information working together. Okay. We can use any software to implement BIM. It's not compulsory that we should use Revit only. We can use ArchiCAD, we can use, other softwares also, but BIM related, the softwares which are helping us to create the information. Okay. Like as I told you, if you select any simple bolt also, that should give you information. Okay, like what is the diameter, what is the length of this bolt. Okay, if there is a base plate, if I select this base plate, should give me information like what is the depth of base plate, what is the width of base plate, and what is the thickness, and also what is the material of base plate. Okay, and at what level we need to place the base plate, and other information maybe. So if you are not able to access the information using particular software, then that is not a BIM software like SketchUp. So we can model in SketchUp, but it will not give you maybe this kind of information. Then that will not help us to build like one BI model. Okay. So I hope you're getting, like, BIM is about methodology, workflow, information, collaboration. Difference between CAD and BIM, you see, in CAD, we draw the lines. Like in AutoCAD, if I check here, we have a plan, for example, and if I, this is like architecture plan, and here we have a just one line. And if I select the line, even press Control 1, you can check out we are getting information about line, like what is the line weight, what is a layer. At least from layer, I'm able to understand that this is wall. Okay. And again, if I select this chair or furniture, at least from layer, I'm able to understand this is furniture. Okay. But in Revit, you can check out if I select this one particular wall. Okay. In it's like wall, how we are going to have a wall in reality, the same wall we have in the model. And if I select the wall, I'm getting a lot of information missing. Something it shows here, STR wall 250 TBS. That means structure wall 250 means it's like thickness. TBS is nothing but originator, because we have, created this wall with proper naming convention. Okay. So that's why I said BIM is not just about 3D modeling, it's about implementing standards also. Then what is the base constraint? Means what is the base level of the wall? So from base level, again, that means from road level, the wall it is at minus 1300. Then what is the top constraint of wall? It is at road level. Then what is the top offset? From road level, it is 300. So the total, you see, height of wall is 1600. Then what is the cross section? So here it on the structure, it is checked. That means structure wall. And also you're getting length, area, volume. If I go to edit tab again, you will be able to, explore more information, like what is the material, concrete, and what is the thickness, 250 mm. So like that, in this particular, model, if you select each and every element that contains the information. Okay. But in AutoCAD, you saw it is nothing but just a line. Okay. So that is a huge difference between CAD and BIM. And in CAD, we have all separate drawings. Okay, as I told you, if we change in one drawing, like here, we need to maybe update another. Like if we do changes in plan, we need to again update in section, elevation, and other related drawings. But in BIM, if you do any changes, in plan, you can check out. We are having one section here. Okay, you can check. This section is for pergola. And if I press WT as a shortcut here, there is a section you can check. And here we have the model. And if I select, you see any footing, you can check out that footing is getting selected. And let's say we need to increase the size of footing. So I'll select this one, go to edit type. Currently we have 1000 by 1000 by 350. So we can rename this one. Let's say the footing size we increase as per some load calculation to be 1200 by 1200 by 350. So we can increase the size here, you see, 1200 by 1200. Just click here, OK. You see, if you change in 3D, it is getting upgraded in 2D. OK, so parallelly, it will be getting upgraded in estimation, right? If you do any changes in 2D, it will be getting upgraded in 3D and also the estimation. OK, and if you do any changes in estimation, again, it will be updated in model. So that is like, we can say connected model. But in CAD, what we have, the drawings are separate. Okay. And here you need to do manual updates. Here it will be automatic updates. And in CAD, we have limited information, but in BIM, we can have rich information. Okay. As I said, if you select the footing, you'll get the information. If you select the steel column, you see, if I press HI, it's nothing but hollow, column. And if I select, I'm getting information. Also, we can put the information. What is the weight of it? What is the length? from which level it is connected, and what is the total height, 2200. If I go to edit type, then what is the shape rectangle? Okay, what is the area? Then what is the width, depth, thickness, 12.5. So we can access this information. Who is the manufacturer? Okay, and visualization, here we are mainly dependent upon visualization, but here we are dependent upon the information modeling. Okay, now here in BIM, rendering and visualization will become a small part, but in CAD, it was also, I can say, equal part. Okay, compared to visualization, here the important thing is like information. So you see information inside one door, like in model. Also, if you select any door, okay, it contains, you can check out information. What is the level of door, ground floor? And if you provide any sill height like 1000, for example, you see the height is getting adjusted. So that means if you change any data, sometimes automatically it can, update. Also head height, you will get the idea. And if you go to edit type, you'll get the information. What is the panel width? What is the door panel height? And the function of door, materials, dimensions. Okay, multiple information you will get here, so that in future this information will be helpful for you. Okay, if anything you require, easily you can access the information from model and you can use for the construction. Okay, this is why you see each element in BIM, it carries valuable information. So now whether you're using Revit, ArchiCAD, or whatever may be the software, particularly if you are choosing a BIM software that will help you to build the information. But it's up to you, like what information you are building. Okay, can you mute please? Okay, so this is why BIM is called information modeling. So building information modeling, that means to build the information model. Now there are dimensions in BIM: 3D, 4D, 5D, 6D, 7D. 3D means it's related to geometry plus information. 4D is related to time. Okay, like adds project schedule to 3D model, that is 3D plus time. 5D is nothing but 3D plus cost, and 6D is nothing but 3D plus energy information. 7D is 3D plus facility management information. Okay, so we have multiple dimensions in BIM. Each and every dimension is nothing but a service we can provide. Okay, so how a BIM project starts? See, first, whenever we want to implement BIM, the first important thing is to understand the client requirement, then their information requirement, what exactly the information they want, at which stage, what information they want. Okay, then planning is important in BIM, such as to create BEP and set the standard workflows and what exactly we need to deliver. Okay, because I was seeing one video yesterday, one person he was saying BEP is not important. Okay, but without BEP, how we can implement BIM? Because BEP is nothing but BIM execution plan. Before executing any idea, we need to have a plan. If you don't have the plan and simply we are jumping into implementing it, we'll not be able to get the proper benefits, right? So BEP is important here, then team formation, and then project execution. So what is the how a project starts? Understanding the client requirement, then information requirements from the client, then we need to do the plan, team formation, and then we can start executing the project. So a successful BIM project begins with is a clear requirement and strong plan. We don't know what are the client requirement and we don't have any plan how to implement it, then we will not get the benefit. That's why if I do survey, see, compulsory, I can say if you want to be in construction industry, then you need to learn BIM. Okay, from whichever the background you are. If you are construction manager, if you are learning BIM, that will be helpful for you because you can execute the projects using BIM. Okay, still many site engineers they will not learn BIM because they think as a site engineer BIM is not useful. It's not like that. In future, that particular company is not using BIM. That doesn't mean BIM is not useful for construction managers, site engineers, or planning engineers. Okay, BIM is useful for all the persons. Then BIM workflow you can check out. We can take information from client, employer information requirement or exchange information requirement. Then we can prepare BEP. BEP is nothing but plan. MIDP is what to deliver. Okay. BEP is to plan how we can deliver. MIDP is what to deliver. You don't know how to deliver, what to deliver, and suddenly you started working. It will be a problem. So these three documents are important basically. See, listen, plan, deliver, right? If you want to, for example, let's say you went to one restaurant and you want to order the food. So one waiter, for example, came and they will give you one menu card. So why they gave you menu card? Basically, they want to understand your requirement. And here employer is nothing but client. So they want to understand what is your requirement. Okay, so then you will check what is the, for example, what is the thing you want to eat, right? So you'll choose that and your requirement you will explain to the waiter. Okay, and that person will understand your requirement. Okay, if he or she, for example, they are not understanding the requirement, you said, for example, something and they bought something, so it will be confusing, right? It happens sometimes with us. So that waiter also needs to understand the client requirements and then what to deliver. He understood correctly that you need one burger, for example, but he delivered pizza. So that will be confusing, right? So that's why we need to document it. Okay. What is the client requirement? What is the plan? Okay. Then what to deliver? Then we can start with the architecture modeling, structure modeling, MEP modeling, then coordination between the modeling. Then once the clash detection is done, okay, the clashes are solved. If there are no conflicts in between multiple discipline, then we can start documentation such as we can extract the drawings from it. We can extract the quantities. We cannot extract the quantities at the initial stage because if we extract, those quantities will not be correct. So we need, once we understood the requirement, then we need to start developing architecture model, structure model, MEP model. Then we need to combine, do the coordination. Okay. And each and every issue we need to solve. Then we need to extract the drawings from it, extract the quantities from it, and whatever the specifications you want to. Okay. Then those drawings and all you will submit to the site. They will start executing and they will also repeat the similar procedure. Basically, whatever the model you're developing, if you're there into design consultant, so that same model, the contractors and subcontractors will upgrade as per the fabrication requirement. Then again, they will hand over the project along with the BIM files as build documents. Okay. So we understood the same procedure here in the model also. You see, we have architecture model, we should have the structure model and MEP model combined into one. So for combining all the architecture, structure, and MEP model, we can use Navisworks. Okay, you see, you understood the Revit tool. In the same way, Navisworks we have. I think I deleted the other disciplines here, but we can have architecture and MEP discipline here. And wherever there is a beam clashing with the duct, okay, clashing with any architecture element, we can solve the issues here. Okay, that is nothing but about Navisworks. So what we do, combine architecture model, structure model, MEP model. Then we create one model that is called as federated. Then we can do the clash detection coordination. Once the issues are solved, then we will generate the drawings and we can, submit to the site. They will start doing the construction. If we have this kind of clashes like pipe versus beam, duct versus beam, pipe versus column, duct versus maybe duct, if there are clashes, and without solving these clashes in the model, we submit the drawings out of it to the site, definitely these clashes will arise. And because of clashes, what happens? The work will stop, okay, or maybe the cost will increase, time will increase. So basically, we are creating one digital, model of the construction. See, no matter the project is like building, the project can be road, any like railway station, airport, any metro project, dam, any stormwater system. Okay, whatever the kind of project, we can completely implement BIM for all of these kind of projects and get the benefit of it. So that's what, like, once the clash detection is done, we go for documentation, because one BIM model, you see, it is having multiple advantages. And that's why we need to keep it in mind that this model will be helpful in future for getting the drawings, getting estimation, and getting, like, other information also. So that end we need to keep it in mind, and we need to start, developing BIM model. So it's not just about, creating a 3D model, doing the rendering, adding the lighting. That is like just one part. Otherwise, what happens? You are using Revit as SketchUp. Okay. Or Revit is a software, right? We can use Revit as SketchUp. We can use Revit as AutoCAD also. But Revit is built for implementing BIM. So that's why before diving into the softwares, we need to understand what is behind, how to achieve the goals. Okay. If we don't have that mindset, simply we are using Revit and we are developing, the model in Revit. Okay. Then that can be just 3D model. And basically, if you develop the 3D model, then by seeing it, you are happy. That is not like that. If there are issues, we need to solve. Okay. That's why nowadays, if you are getting calls from any architecture candidates who are studying still into third year, fourth year, so we are guiding them that don't learn SketchUp now. Okay. Because if you want to build your skills in third year, second year, directly start with BIM. What is happening? Like, once they, because many people think before entering into any software, AutoCAD is must. Okay. So in the same way, maybe if architects, they think we need to learn SketchUp, that is must, then SketchUp is easy. Tools are there, but compared to BIM, SketchUp is easy. That's what I did the survey among many architects and engineers. So compared to SketchUp and CAD tools, BIM is something difficult to learn, but not difficult, but it's detailed. Okay, there is a lengthy procedure, and that lengthy procedure is good for us. That's why we are getting the jobs. Okay, if the procedure is not there, we are able to finish one villa project in just, let's say, 1 2 days without creating any proper modeling detailing. Then there will be no jobs. That's why in India, if in tier 3 cities, tier 2 cities, there are projects, but many candidates, they will not get the jobs, even though there are construction projects. Why? Because we are not implementing the procedure. If there's no procedure, then how we can stretch the services? Okay. So if you are again coming back from SketchUp, background, you will think Revit also is similar, and you will build the model and you will add some lighting effects. Okay. And you will be happy, because here there is one tool we have. It's something, nothing but, you can check here. Let me open this model. I can open in, for example, D5 render. Okay. So this model I can take into D5 render. You can check here. Okay. So what happens? This model we can visualize in a better way. We can add the materials. So let me just open this one. So we can do the live sync. Whatever changes are happening, in Revit, those changes, automatically will be updated in this rendering tool. Okay, till then, so the same thing, one BIM model can generate multiple details like plans, sections, elevation, schedules, legend, sheet, quantities. And if you do any changes in plan, automatically it can be updated in all the other views, but it depends what is your mindset. Okay. Now, what companies actually need? You see, companies, they don't want just the software. Companies expect from you, like, do you know the standards, documentation, coordination, communication? That is the main important thing. Then project understanding, QC requirement, okay, information management. These things are important. Companies look, for these details. They'll not just check only for the software. Okay. So I hope most of you know BIM career roadmap. if you want to see, BIM is not a separate industry, I can say. Okay, it is a separate maybe industry, but it is also relevant to the construction industry. So we should not say always that BIM is a separate industry. So once, for example, you want to start career in BIM, the starting position, you're like graduate. Graduate means what? You just completed your degree, right? So you know degree means what? We are not learning at least one skill during our degree. That is a problem. We are starting to build skills after the, for example, college, when if you want to enter into this office kind of work. Many site engineers, they message and they say, I want to switch in BIM because I want office work. Okay. But along with the site engineering, you're not learning BIM. Okay. I don't know. It's still there is a problem. Many civil engineers, they think BIM is a separate. BIM is not relevant to them because they want to be on site. I want to be planning engineer, so BIM is not relevant to me. I am like estimation engineer and BIM is not relevant to me. I'm QA QC person. BIM is not relevant to me. I am construction manager. Why I should learn BIM? Right? Many people are thinking in this way. It's not like that. BIM is a way of working. Once the client mandated BIM, then everyone needs to have the knowledge of it. If everyone is having the knowledge of it, then we can implement BIM. Otherwise, what's happening if there is one, architect, there are two architects. One architect is having the knowledge of CAD method. Another architect is learning BIM. Then both will compare themselves. Okay. So this person think that architect, now I will become BIM architect. So the previous person is like architect and the new person who is learning BIM is BIM architect. Even though both are architects. Okay. I don't know from where we got this term BIM architect. Otherwise there should be CAD architect. Okay. But there was no CAD architect. Even though the people they learn CAD, but the position was not like CAD architect. The position was architect only. Okay. But now architects think if we learn BIM, then only if we are getting the title of BIM architect, then only we have the career. Otherwise, there is no career. Okay, that is also one problem. So I mean, the people think BIM is a separate department. Okay, and it's not relevant to us. That is like one problem. So, anyways, the graduate. That's why during the engineering and architecture, we are not, learning. We are not developing the skills. We are developing the skills after the graduation. Okay, should not be like that. At least we should have 2 to 3 skills so that we are not, wasting our time. Most of us know in today's world, compared to degree, skills are important because degrees are like foundation, but skills will help you to build the structure. That means degree is a foundation and skills will help you to build your career. Okay. Also, degree is like foundation. Skills will help you to earn money. If you don't have skills, then you'll not be able to earn money. That's why we have so many examples. Many uneducated persons are also able to earn money, but educated persons are not able to. The difference is like uneducated persons already know the skill. Okay. But educated persons, they don't know the skill. Okay. Like we are graduating at the age of 22, 23, 24, 25. Till the age of 25, we are not having, the skills. After the graduation, we are developing these skills. So that's why. But uneducated person, they develop the skills at the age of 15, 18, 12 because they left the college or school. But here, so graduate will not be having much knowledge about the skills. Then they need to develop. Then again, they will get trainee position, BIM modeler architect or BIM engineer position. Then after you see 2 years, they can become BIM coordinator, then BIM manager, then BIM director. So in BIM, we have the career path. Okay, starting from, let's say, BIM modeler or BIM architect, BIM engineer to BIM director. So when you can go for BIM director, suppose I graduated in 2026 and I want to become BIM director. Okay, in next 10 years, within 10 years, I can become BIM director. In next minimum 5 years, I can become BIM manager. That means till 2031, I can become manager. Till 2028, I can become BIM coordinator. Okay. This year, I can become BIM modeler or BIM architect or BIM engineer. But we should be having the clear career path. Okay, that is important because we graduate and we don't know, like, to build career in one field. We have so many options. We have like options to go as a site engineer. We have option to go as like architect into like the previous method. And we have again mindset of doing masters, government job, many things, our own firm, many, mindset we have. But with that, what happens? Simply the age is getting increased, but we are not able to build career in one particular field. Nowadays, if you become a specialized, one person in one particular domain, that is enough. It's not like I will have the knowledge of site, I will have the knowledge of QC, I will have the knowledge of everything. Okay. So one person, he said, knowledge in everything, perfect in nothing. So if you're starting in one career, then there should be long-term career growth. Then if you take the positions, salaries will increase automatically. Okay. If you spend BIM modeler, 10 years, BIM director, 5 years. So BIM director will be having more salary compared to BIM modeler. Okay. Even though both are having same age. Okay. Before going, you can check out, we can visualize the model in this way. Okay. The screen is getting stuck, but you can check. With the help of WASD, we can move, the complete model. We can check the scale. This is the type of project we will do in our training. Okay. If it is looking villa, but the height is around more than 6 meters. Okay. The one floor height. So huge project. The materials are not appearing. We need to learn this software. Okay. And it's a part of the training program. So now skill required at each stage, freshers. If you have knowledge in Revit, BIM fundamentals and drawing, that is okay. And at coordinator level, Navis first coordination, clash resolution, manager, like team management and all, if you have the knowledge, that will be helpful for us. Okay. So that's what I explained about BIM. And this demo session was also about to like explain you mainly about how the BIM implementation training program, about the details of it, which is starting from 21st July. Total duration of the training is 6 months. 130 live sessions are there and 50 plus sessions are recorded. You need to study both. And already some candidates, they enrolled. The sessions will be from Monday to Friday from 9:30 to 10:30 Indian Standard Time. Okay. You will learn all of this, like basics of AutoCAD, Revit, okay, in-depth detailing, because we have so many details here. You shall stop the syncing. So if you do any changes, it is not getting updated in D5. So this is getting somewhat heavy. Let me close it. So here in model, you can check out if we have a swimming pool. We have good details. Good details you can check out. So if we cut the model, you see we have the details. Okay. So why we need to develop the model in a detailed way? Because we want to take off the quantities from it. You see. So if you cut, all the materials are properly joined, you're having the tile detailing. So if you, even though we can improve it more, but this is what during the training we explain. Okay. A lot of other things are there in the same way. We have the ceiling details. You can check. So we have the ceiling details. Okay. You see the complete ceiling details along with the cornice. Not only just modeling as I discussed, it's about getting the, quantity estimation from it. For example, if this cornice we select, we'll get the total length. So that type of tools we need to use, because once we develop the model, we need to do the coordination, the clash detection, quantity takeoff, drawing production, and many other things. So that's what we develop the intelligent models. Okay, in the flooring, we have the details, and also if you see, we develop more ceiling details here with intelligent families, because if you select, we're able to control the materials. So BIM is helpful in many ways, and the model whatever we develop, we are able to use this object, we are able to update it. Okay, for example, depth we have, if I change to 1000, you see the depth is increasing. I can say this is 300, the depth is decreasing. We can change the radius of it. You can check out, if I select, instead of 600 we can change to 500. And once the radius is getting changed, automatically area of panel will get changed. And if the area is getting changed, automatically the overall area of panels will be getting updated. So we can create the drawing out of it. You can check. So automatically this schedule will be updated. Total amount also will be getting updated. You can check here. So if I keep both the views side by side, now you can check out the total pricing is 83,000. If I select here, change the radius to 500, you can check here. So if we do changes in the model, automatically the overall, the pricing is also getting updated. So we are saying the time. And here, if I do changes in 3D, you can check automatically it will be updated in 2D. And here the total height from FFL, it is at 4200. So if I select the ceiling panel and change the depth, from 700 to, for example, 400, you see, automatically it will be updated 4500. So again, if I change this one to 1000, you can check out something like 3900, but we need to cross check this value is correct and more. So that means if we change the depth, automatically these values are also, like this type of intelligent model we need to develop. So where if you do changes in one, automatically it is getting updated in others. But instead of this one, many candidates, they will not understand the procedure of BIM. That's why they use text. Recently, one of my friend, he was saying in Dubai, they got interview, 3, 4 candidates, they got interview in one of the good company in Dubai. All of those 4 candidates went to the interview. In the interview, the company was expecting this kind of intelligent model, but instead of this using intelligent annotation, they use text. Okay. So because of which you see, if you do the changes in depth, the text will not get updated. Okay. So people think that's what I said. Many people, they use Revit as AutoCAD in SketchUp, but Revit is built for information controlling. Okay. So we will learn like BIM fundamentals. Okay. Many things are there. If you're interested, like I will share this PDF in the group. You can scan here and register yourself. Okay. So that you will be contacted and you will get the detailed brochure of this training program. Or else you can contact at this given number, or you can email us at info@thebimskillsacademy.com, because previously it was services. Now we have separated both the services and I mean the consulting and academy. So academy will be like the bimskillsacademy.com, but still few things we need to upgrade in the website. And if you want to visit the consulting, you can go for thebimskills.com. That's it. Okay. So the things you will learn is like BIM fundamentals, discipline like architecture, structure. So you will get detailed, learning things in the brochure. Okay. So this PPT was developed to explain you what is BIM and all. Okay. So later the program is still few things we need to upgrade here till the evening. Like whoever, for example, registered using this scanner, they will get the brochure. They can go through it. It's like around 27 pages. We have included many things such as about the program and about the BIM Skills Academy, why you should choose only the BIM Skills Academy for learning, and our global community from different locations. Okay, the student success stories and the leaders who believe this program is good, who are having, who are at the director positions, head of the departments, they believe the program, and the difference between the traditional BIM learning and the BIM Skills Academy approach. And then the procedure completely, because now we have upgraded the syllabus. Okay. We have the roadmap, such as we have divided training into 6 months. The first month name is discover, second month name is build, third month name is enhance, and the fourth month name is structure, fifth month name is coordinate, and the sixth one is deliver. So for each and every month, we have the objectives according to which we can work, and then we have some projects directly on which we will work. Okay. Standards we follow: EIR, BEP, MIDP, ISO naming conventions, CD, QC procedures we will follow. Softwares we use. Okay. You can go through it. Like we'll use Revit, Navisworks, ACC, Recap, Dynamo, DeFi Render, Power BI. And in this program, we will implement the cloud. ChatGPT already we have, but cloud and MCP. Okay. And daily learning experience. The sessions will be live. After that, you'll be having quiz for 5 to 10 minutes, micro challenge at the same time, then feedback, and every month you'll be having the assignment. Okay, then there will be performance review also. But we'll be needing coordination from you. Okay, so you'll get the portfolio supports, then after that internship. Okay, but unpaid kind of, then certifications. Okay, then you can go through the frequently asked question, admission process, final outcome of the training, then people who got jobs in. We don't have placement guarantee. Okay, but we have the job assistance until you get it. And for that, we are, taking like mock interviews, mock tool test. Okay, there are no fake job guarantees and all. Okay, but many people they have got job and they are growing in the industry. Salary growth also will be having. We will compare what the previous candidates currently at what salary they are. Students who are doing the projects, and will be having a graduation ceremony. Okay, so here we have added with placement, that means job assistance. Okay, so anyways, I hope mainly you understood and you got some knowledge out of this session. So thank you for the patience and listening to the content. If you have any questions, you can unmute and ask. Any questions related to BIM career or anything? Any questions? You can ask any questions related to BIM career. Okay, there are some questions here in the chat box. Okay, let me check here. Okay, here we have Awais Ahmed Hamid from Riyadh, KSA. Okay, thank you. And how to download DeFi render? Okay, DeFi render you can easily, currently it's freely available. You can download DeFi render. Okay, so you can just go to the website. So you're having, you can just click on download. It's compatible with this much of softwares, and you want to have the live sync in between Revit and DeFi rendering. You need to also download the plugin. Okay, for that you can search for DeFi render Revit plugin. Okay, this one. So you need to install the plugin, download from here, and also DeFi render both. Some people think if you download only the plugin is enough. No, Plugin will help you to get the sync in between Revit and Defa render. Okay, easily you can install this notion. So Mustaqim said, thank you, welcome. Can we get the sessions recording, Nawaz? Yes, you will get the recording. Junaid, he said, like, should we need to learn AutoCAD? You see, AutoCAD, if you have basic knowledge, that's what I believe. Because you are from architecture background, you're from civil background. Why we don't add more weightage to AutoCAD in the training is like, we don't want you to become draftsman. Okay, otherwise, there are some companies who will say that we will be implementing Revit in coming days. Till then, we are using AutoCAD. So they will use your AutoCAD skills, but you are waiting for them to implement, Revit, right? Let's say you suppose you spend 1 year in that company. After that, what happens? Still, you'll be at AutoCAD. So if you're developing drawing and all, you'll think yourself as engineer, but maybe you are developing the drawings. Okay. And in AutoCAD, if you now you have experience in AutoCAD, you want to grow your career. There are no much career positions in AutoCAD compared to BIM. In BIM, we discuss like we are having BIM architect, BIM engineer, coordinator, manager, director. This kind of positions rarely available in CAD. Okay, but in BIM, there are many jobs in there. Okay, that's why we focus only on basics, and that basics is enough. So Akash is asking how many projects we will work during this training. So we will work on totally 6 projects. Okay, which I was explaining. Still, this one we need to upgrade. We will send it. Okay, this is basic we have developed. So projects, if you see one project, we will do like Dubai based villa, another one Dubai based building. Okay, and one is like UK based scan to BIM project, and PDFs we have, I think 1 or 2 base PDF based US based project for AutoCAD. So basically we'll work on Dubai, UK, US, and India. Okay. So, but not one Dubai based villa we will discuss from start to end. But whatever the tools we learn, we will implement into other projects. So we have kept other projects as labs. Main project will be Dubai based villa. Other projects will be like labs, learning labs. So one lab, second lab, third lab. So you'll get the projects in that. Okay, so total we'll work on 6 projects. The idea to work in Dubai based projects is like many companies in India, they are, giving outsourcing services to Dubai based projects. Many companies to US and UK based projects. Okay, so rare, there are very less companies who are working on Indian based projects. So currently the market is like what? Many companies are working on, other countries projects. So mainly US, UK, Gulf. So that's why we are, focused on these things. And many of us are having mindset to go to Gulf countries, okay, US, UK after the training, because in India, in construction itself, the salaries are not that much good compared to IT. Okay. So in BIM, it will be good if you're working in these type of companies. Okay. So what salary we can expect after getting a job? See, it depends. As I discussed with you, in India itself, see, IT market is there, it's because of outsourcing. Okay, many people, if you ask from which location you're doing the projects, they will say US, UK. Okay, in India itself, we don't have that kind of jobs. Also, same in the construction. Why, as a site engineer, you're not getting the job even though the projects are good? The problem is the same. There's no salary brackets here, and many people they complain on LinkedIn about the construction project salary in India. So if you want to get the good salaries, you should be having a mindset to work in companies. Like there are direct branches, of the US based companies in India. Recently, we posted one candidate. He got job in US based company. So in those type of companies, you will get, as a fresher, you will get 30,000 salary. Okay, it depends. But in the same way, if you go for any Indian based, then the salary will be less. So that's why we should try for UK based, US based. So starting salary will be 30, 35, 25. It will be good. Okay, but later also the salaries will be good. Okay. So we need to, okay, age gap. Yeah, this will create a problem because many of you, okay, let me complete this one. Many of you are messaging like you completed civil engineering 2021 and now you want to switch in BIM. See, already you spent 5 years and you're expecting that, I'm having 5 years of site engineering knowledge and I will get compared to others or compared to fresher, I will get the opportunity. It's not like that. Always the companies, they prefer fresh talent. So we need to understand here, like why? Because already you're having 5 years of experience and definitely you will be having a mindset that you need good salary. But a fresher, he need a job. At the starting, if the salary is low, that person will say, okay, let me start the career. But you, after spending 5 years, you're switching, you'll expect more salary. But you are having the experience from site background. At least architects, like they studied the software during college. In 5 years, they have exposure to a lot of softwares. But the problem in civil engineering, there are no, civil engineers, they don't purchase the laptop during engineering. If they want to go in office-based kind of roles, then only they will purchase that. It should not be like that. Laptop should be compulsory in the civil engineering also. As per the current, we have the high technology mobiles, okay, but we don't have high technology laptops. But compared to mobile, laptop is also important for us. But it will not happen, right? So we are having traditional mind. So you're having 5 years of gap, but you're having site knowledge. Okay. Architects will get the preference because they have the software knowledge, but you don't have any software knowledge, then you cannot expect sudden, okay, growth. And sometimes you're having 5, 10 years of gap and you cannot suddenly expect, a good package. And the companies also, they will not be able to. And the company know if they provide you less package, you will not stay for more time because already you're having 50, 60,000 as a site engineer. Now you want to switch in BIM. You will get, for example, 25, 30. Company also knows you'll not stay here for more than 6 months or 1 year. So that's why they will not give you proper response. So you need to be ready with, few other things. I will guide you for that. If you have the age gap separated, okay, you can contact me. So one more question, Junaid Raja, like we should learn AutoCAD. It will be okay, but don't mention AutoCAD as your main skill. You should mention you are having basic knowledge of AutoCAD to get the AutoCAD drawings into BIM model and work. Okay. But you should not say I'm good in AutoCAD. Otherwise, you'll go to draftman kind of career. Okay, where there are no salaries. Because if you want to become draftman, then why you did engineering? Any ITI person is also okay, or diploma is okay maximum. Okay. So Abdul Karim said thank you. Okay. Abdul Karim said if we take offline classes, how many total classes? Same 6 months. Okay, Monday to Friday. Some people they come here in offline. Akash, he said, I have zero knowledge about these tools and software, even AutoCAD. See, that is okay. If you know the basic, you can start, but you need to uh, spend more time. Okay. Can you, I think it's good here to, send the message so I'm able to answer in a better way instead of, discussing. So Akash is saying I'm having zero knowledge about these tools. So yes, many people, even I had zero knowledge at the starting. So, but slowly, you know, by developing the skills, you will get the idea. Okay, but you need to spend the time to develop the skills. You need to spend the time. Okay, for example, normally, if you want to learn how to swim, okay, how to swimming is also a skill, right? You can check. You see, swimming is a skill, life skill. So swimming is a skill. Then how you will be able to, develop this skill? Let's say there is one person, going to swimming pool, maybe let's say once and twice a year. Okay. And he's saying, why I'm not learning? Other person is going daily. Okay. And maintaining the consistency. Same thing like gym. If you want to build our body, one person is going to gym, let's say in 1 month, just 5 days, 10 days. Okay. Or 5 days or 1 year, just 1 month. There's no consistency. So consistency will build the results always. If you are inconsistent, then you'll not be able to build. Okay. So nothing is difficult in this world unless until you maintain the consistency. Okay. Efforts. If there is no consistency in efforts, you'll not be able to build. Okay. Anyone can learn, only focus, consistency. These things are important. Okay. Otherwise, simply joining the sessions and you are not, for example, maintaining the consistency of learning, daily showing up yourself, then there's no news. Tawfiq has said 21 July. Yes, we'll start new batch from 21st July at 9:30 p.m. Okay, evening as per India. Daily 1 hour, Monday to Friday. Saturday, Sunday will be off because this is project-based training. So 1 hour, if you get the session, you need to sit down and you need to practice. Okay, if you're not practicing, now it depends how much you practice, that much you will get the perfect. It's mainly about the practice. Okay, because we cannot learn how to swim by watching the videos. I'm watching some videos here how to, for example, learn swimming, and for daily like 10 hours. Unless and until I go to swimming pool, if I jump directly, you should not jump into depth, right? So you should go from, let's say, 3 feet, 4 feet. Slowly you can go towards depth. Then you will get the okay benefit. So Rashid is saying, sir, in Dubai, Revit MEP is more in demand. Yes, see, everything will be in demand. It's not like MEP is in demand, architecture is not, structure is not. Everything will be in demand because architecture is also required. What we'll do only for MEP? Okay, there are only pipes and ducts. There's no columns, there is no walls. Okay, so everything is important. Some people say architecture is in demand. I don't know what happens. Like MEP people will say, nowadays I'm not seeing MEP job, I'm seeing architecture jobs. Architecture people will say, I'm seeing jobs, I'm seeing the jobs in structure. Structure people will say, I'm not seeing jobs in structure, but there are a lot of jobs in MEP. So everyone, this is the circle, everyone complains. But every discipline will be in demand. Okay. So can build railway stations by this course. See, railway station requires, alignment. Okay, that is like infra project. Whatever the building part we have, the bridge part we have, overhead bridge, that we can develop. But the alignment, railway tracks, if you want to develop that needs like alignment. And that can be done in civil 3D. So the station can be developed in Revit, tracks can be developed in civil 3D that can be combined into Navisworks. Okay. So Naveen and road bridge. So this will be into civil 3D. Okay. Infrastructure program can be different. This program is related to building construction. Okay. Can you please include AutoCAD? Okay. Basic is already there. Okay. Again, he said, because if you're working on site, then we are required to read a lot of drawing. Yes, it is there because we will use AutoCAD at basic level. Directly will not jump into Revit. Okay. In Dubai Revit MEP, do you provide daily class notes? Yes, we are planning to give you PDFs also. Okay, you will get it. And Anil Kumar, he said, I have 4 years of execution experience and 3 years of AutoCAD. Yeah, see, execution is okay, but compared to that, AutoCAD experience will be more helpful for you because already you're having, the software knowledge. Okay, so this knowledge, site knowledge is also okay, but this 3 years of AutoCAD knowledge also will be helpful. Okay. Okay. I hope I answered most of the questions. Just last 5 minutes. Up to 4 we can wind up. If you have any questions, you can type here. Nawaz, thank you very much. Welcome. Anil Kumar, thank you. Welcome. Akash, okay, welcome. Thank you for joining today's session. Okay, if you have any queries, you can we'll share this PDF in group. You can scan here and register, so you'll get contacted. Okay. Bhupati Raju, thank you. Welcome. Okay. Okay, thank you everyone for joining. We will conduct more sessions in this way in coming days. Thank you.
Hello, hello, Aman. हेलो आवाज आ रही क्या अमन?